So today we're going to dive into Sylvia Smets's Compass der Menschlichkeit, which translates to the compass of humanity. And it's exactly what it sounds like, a guide to help us find our way through the really complex world of dementia care.
You know, for anyone who's been touched by dementia, whether it's a family member or someone they care for, a diagnosis can feel just like this. It's like being dropped into a completely new country with no map, no compass, no nothing. It's confusing and, let's be honest, it's terrifying.
So the big question becomes, where do you even start? In all that confusion, how do you find your footing and figure out how to move forward with some sense of purpose and, most importantly, with dignity?
And that's exactly where the Compass of Humanity comes in. The book isn't just presented as, a textbook. It's positioned as a real, practical tool, a compass that's been designed for this very journey. This quote right here, it just perfectly captures the whole philosophy. Sylvia Smets is basically saying that the clinical stuff, the medical side, is only one piece of the puzzle. Real effective care, well, that needs heart. It needs a deep, genuine understanding of the person you're caring for. The book calls itself an Integralis Praxis Handbook. Now, that might sound a bit technical, but what it really means is an integrative, practical handbook. The key word there is integrative. It's all about being a bridge, connecting all the different people and professions that are involved in dementia care. And this is what that bridge building looks like in practice. It's not just one narrow viewpoint. The book pulls in wisdom from medicine, from therapy, from nursing, but it also includes things you might not expect, like naturopathy and even legal perspectives. And then it wraps it all up in practical, day-to-day advice. It gives you the whole picture.
Okay, so if we're going to use this compass, the very first thing we need is a map, right? You got to understand the terrain. So the first big piece of this is getting a clear, solid understanding of the condition itself.
And the book gives us that map by laying out the diagnostic process in these really clear, structured stages. It takes the mystery out of it. You start with the clinical basics, move on to the cognitive tests, and then you get to any additional, more specific diagnostics. It provides a reliable path to follow.
And the map gets even more specific from there. It actually dives deep into the four most common types of dementia. Because knowing the difference between, say, Alzheimer's and vascular dementia, well, that's not just trivia. It's absolutely essential for giving the right kind of personalized care.
All right, so once we have our map, what's next? Well, we need to learn the language of this new territory. This part of the compass is all about the incredible power of communication and how we forge that essential human connection.
This is so important. The book pushes for a huge shift in how we communicate. Instead of invalidation, where you might correct them or argue about facts, it champions validation. And let's be clear, validation isn't about pretending their reality is true. It's about acknowledging the emotion behind what they're saying. It's about meeting them where they are with empathy.
Another really beautiful tool for connection is something called biography work, and specifically creating a Lebensbuch, or a life book. Think of it as more than just a scrapbook. It's a powerful way to honor who this person is, their entire history, their loves, their accomplishments. It helps you and them see the whole person, not just the disease.
Okay, so we've got the map, we're learning a language, but what do you actually do day in and day out? This last section of the compass is about putting all that knowledge into practice with real, concrete, daily guidance.
So how do you set someone up for a good day? The book offers this fantastic framework called the Gute Tages Modell, or the Good Day Model. It's just a simple, brilliant way to structure the day into phases. Each part has a purpose, from a gentle start in the morning to slowly winding down at night. That rhythm can create a profound sense of safety and predictability.
And that's really the magic behind why that model works. For someone living with dementia, time can feel like a really confusing and chaotic river. These familiar rituals, these routines, they act like a safe harbor. They become these predictable anchors that can drastically reduce anxiety, partly because they tap into procedural memory, which often stays stronger for longer.
And in the end, it all comes back to this. Every single map, every communication strategy, every daily routine, it's all working towards this one simple, profound goal: to see past the fog of the illness and to connect, truly connect, with the person who is still there.
So the book leaves us with this powerful question, one for all of us to think about. In everything we do, in every system we build, how do we make sure that our shared humanity isn't just an afterthought? How do we make it the absolute, unwavering North Star that guides every single choice we make in dementia care?